Hi students, good day to all of you. Welcome back. So we are in week 7 now. Successfully have completed our 6 weeks. So now is week 7, middle of the semester. Okay, so this week we will continue with our next chapter. But before we continue with our next chapter, there are few announcements that I want to make. Okay, the first announcement, as I have informed you earlier, we will be having our midterm test this week, and your midterm test timing would be according to your tutorial time. So if you're not sure when is your tutorial time, please refer to your timetable. So the time that is stated on your timetable would be your midterm online midterm test time. Okay, so I believe that none of you will have other classes clashing, because that's our tutorial hours. So that's first thing. Second thing, next week is your midterm break. Okay, from Monday up to next Sunday is your midterm break. Therefore, there's no any classes, online classes or online assessments to be completed next week. So yay, you can have fun. Okay, this week what we are going to do, as you can see on your screen, we are going to continue with our chapter 5, which is prospecting and sales call planning. But before we go into our chapter 5, I would like to recall what we learned last week. Okay, so let's just recap a little bit on what we learned last week. That was on ethical, okay, ethical issues. That's what we learned last week. Okay, ethical and legal issues. So what exactly we looked at? Ethical and legal issues. Just a quick recap. Okay, we looked at what is ethics. It means the good and bad, the right and wrong for an individual. And then we looked at why ethics is important in the sales environment. And then we looked at biased view of unethical sales behavior. What customers view or perceive as an unethical sales behavior when they purchase an item or a product from a salesperson. So there were about 8 unethical sales behavior that we looked at. That's very important for you to know. And then we looked at code of sales conduct. So there were about 4 code of sales conduct that we looked at, which is also important, equally important for you to know. Okay, now this week we are going to go into our chapter 5. So chapter 5 is all about prospecting and sales call planning. What exactly we are going to learn here is, first of all, we are going to learn what is prospects, the definition of prospects, and sources of prospects. So under sources of prospect, we will learn about 8 sources of prospects, and then we will look at planning the sales call. So about 7 steps in planning sales call. And lastly, we will look at what could cause sales call reluctance and all that. Okay, and how do you prepare yourself before the call. So let's say this topic is going to be very much helpful for you if you happen to be in any sales field. It can be any customer representative position, it can be a sales manager position, it can be a sales representative position, but any position that requires you to directly deal with your customer or indirectly deal with your customer would be able to help you when you go through this particular chapter. Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to the first part of today's chapter. So the first part here, you can see when it comes to prospecting and sales call planning, first of all we will look into leads. Okay, when it comes to a marketing environment, a business environment where we want to get customers to come and buy our products, first of all, before we go into the term of customer in the first place, we will look into the very basic stage, that's what we call as leads. Okay, leads means those people that you intend to approach. They might be your potential customer, they might not be your potential customer, but those target people that you intend to reach, you intend to deliver your promotional messages, that you intend to deliver your marketing messages to. Regardless whether they're going to accept it or they're not going to accept it, they are going to be your potential customer or they're not going to be your potential customer, regardless of that. Okay, so that is leads. So after you have created your leads, then your leads will go into prospect. So prospect means your potential customer is what you call as prospect. Okay, so prospect means your potential customers who you can target. Okay, who will potentially buy your product. So from the prospect, then you will have your customers who decide to purchase your product, or customers who have already purchased your product. So the first part under the prospecting and sales call planning, I'm not going to go into steps in sales process first. I'm going to go into your prospect. It means the sources of prospect. This is the first part that I'm going to look into. Okay, after we look into the sources of prospect, it means where can you find the potential customers for your business, then we will come back to how can you do your sales call planning. Of course, why I'm doing this, because you cannot do your calls without knowing who you exactly wants to approach, right or not? Can. Okay, so let's look at this part, sources of prospect. So as I mentioned, prospect means your potential customer. So where you want to get the sources of your potential customer. Okay, so the first source of potential customer that you can go for is loyal customer, or where can you find potential customers? That would be through your previous customers who is loyal towards your product. Okay, who is loyal to your company and are satisfied with your company's products and services. So what these loyal customers they will do, since they already have that good experience, good customer service from your business, they will provide you the referral. Okay, they will tell to you, or they will provide you the referral, and you as a salesperson can contact the referral. So maybe a person might say that, oh, okay, I have a friend who might be interested in your product or services. I've already used the product and services and I like it. Why don't I just introduce to my friend? So that is what we call as loyal customers. So we get the sources of our prospect from our existing loyal customer. Okay, so what these existing loyal customers they will do, they will spread word of mouth, which is positive word of mouth. Okay, they might tell, hey, I used Kowe hair purifier, or Kowe Kowe water filter or water dispenser. It is really good. The experience is really good. The quality is as of high quality. So you see the word of mouth, how loyal customers can help a business to generate leads and to get referrals. Okay, so that is loyal customer. The second source that you can get your potential customers are through endless chain referrals. Okay, endless chain referral means where the buyers they are free to recommend as many prospects as possible, and this can be done via any type of media. That could be via social media, that could be via any internet platform, any online platform where you will ask suggestion from an existing buyer, okay, for suggestions of potential new customers. It means like you are a salesperson, you have already closed your deal, closed your sale, and then what you say, okay, hi ma'am, if you could refer any of your friends that we can contact and propose our plan, our product. This normally will happen, if you realize, this normally will happen in insurance industry. Okay, let's say in insurance field, let's say you already sign up for a medical card, okay, endless chain referral. So let's say if you already sign up for a medical card, and then suddenly the insurance agent might request to you, miss or sir, do you have any of your friends that you can refer to me, and you can just give me their contact number and you can inform them. I will call them personally to explain about our available products and services. So this is example of endless chain referrals. Okay, the third source of prospect. Okay, so the third source of prospect would be networking. Okay, networking, we can say it is a bigger or a broader method to get your prospects. Okay, could be a broader source to get your prospect. So when it comes to network, you can actually relate the network to friends. Okay, your network could be your friends, could be the center of influence, okay, could be bird dogs, civic and professional groups. Okay, so all these are networks. Okay, let's say if you take civic and professional groups, let's say if you're under any membership or any association, that could be the one. Okay, center of influence, friends and relative, bird dogs. Okay, all these are another source of prospect where you get it through networks. Okay, so normally salesperson will use the contact to develop the leads, which is referred as networking. Okay, so when it comes to networking, communication can be done in various methods, maybe by using electronic or non-electronic methods, and salesperson can also use social media platform to leverage their network, to broaden the network, to find more people that might be interested with the product or services. If you look at Facebook, okay, let's talk about Facebook, social media. Okay, there is one element of social media, or one element of Facebook, where it is called as marketplace. Okay, if you go to your Facebook, if you find there's one element of Facebook where we call as marketplace. So if you have any of your services or products that you would like to promote, you can use this market space, and they have different stages. Okay, if you go for a free market space, the number of audience there might just be like about 1000 to 1000. But if you want to increase the number of audience in your list, then you can pay some amount like 3 ringgit, 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit, 30 ringgit, based on how many days you want to promote your product. So by doing that, you can actually reach more target people, more leads, more people, and you can actually get more people to be aware of your product and services. So this is networking, where you be in one place but you start to broaden your contacts. Okay, and normally networking, as I mentioned here, could even be your friends and relatives also. Okay, what is the word bird dogs here? Some of you might be wondering, what is this bird dogs? Are we actually dealing with any animals? No. Okay, let's see what is bird dogs. Okay, bird dogs means who came in contact with large number of people. Okay, example, who normally will have, or who will have contact, direct contact with large number of people on a daily life. For example, what about tour guide services? You see, tour guide people, they will meet a lot of people in their daily life. It means like when they go for when they take one group for a tour, they will meet the person who provides transportation, the person who provides food, the person who provides leisures, activities, the person who provides accommodation. So as a travel advisor or travel guide, you will have contact with many people in that one day. Or another example could be front desk people. Okay, front desk people. Let's say if you walk into a hotel, okay, the first thing that you will go and look for is the front desk people, the receptionists we call them as. Okay, so we get through the receptionist, then only they will arrange for us the room and all. You see, let's say if it is a big hotel where they have about like 1,000 2,000 rooms, for example. So every day the receptionist will meet a lot of people directly. So that's the meaning of bird dogs, which means who came in contact with large number of people, who meet large number of people in a frequent basis. Okay, that's the meaning of bird dogs. Okay, civic group means, you can see here, civic group. Okay, professional group, as I mentioned, like you are in accounting association, you are in any business association, maybe in a lion club, for example. What is this civic group? So civic group means it's like Rotary Club. Okay, Rotary Club, which gives you leisure. Okay, so that's how networking works as a source of prospect. The next source of prospect would be directories. Okay, directories is what you will normally can be accessible through online download now. Last time, if you see, directory would be in the yellow pages, a thick book, but now no longer like that. Okay, so directories is accessible through online download. But if you look at our current pace of world or current generation, this is the less used source. Why? Because everything is accessible through online, so they don't really need this directories. Okay, next, internet is a wide source of prospect. Tell me about it. Okay, now in this fast paced world, in this digital world, nobody can live without internet. You see, like I would say about like 95% of people are living with internet, at least a minimum source of internet. So in such situation, internet would be a wider source of prospect to get your leads, to get your potential customers. Okay, or it could be a richest source to get you leads. Okay, first of all, a salesperson will use internet to do research on their potential clients based on the product and services that you sell. You will need to do research on who would be your potential clients, okay, and how to gather their information. So you will use internet to find all this detail, and after you have used internet to find all this detail, the salesperson will use the company's website to generate inquiries from the prospect. Okay, you use your company's website to answer or to reply to your prospects inquiries about your product, your services. Okay, and you can even make any special offers to individuals who respond to your inquiries and all that. Okay, so that is internet, a large, medium, or a rich source of prospect. The next would be email. As all of us are aware, email firm normally business, they will create, or they will actually obtain an email list, and then they will send a voluntary email communication to the members. Okay, let's say, for example, you walk into Watson. Okay, you become Watson's member. Okay, Watson is a drugstore or pharmacy. Okay, they get you to sign up for a membership, and then you need to fill in your details, including your email address. Okay, so what these people will do, let's say if there's any new promotion, okay, they will use the data that they have collected earlier to send you an email on their latest promotion. Okay, so this is another source of prospect, which is through email. Okay, which is done voluntarily, which is not asked for. You don't ask, like you don't tell, hey Watson, send me that promotional email. No, we don't ask that. They just do it voluntarily, and it's solely depending on you whether you want to respond to them or you would like to just ignore the message or email. Okay, and the other sources of prospects, okay, like telemarketing. So telemarketing inclusive of inbound calls and outbound calls. Inbound calls means you receive a pamphlet, okay, Max is saying, yeah, iPhone, latest iPhone at x price. Okay, yeah, latest iPhone is not going to be cheap anyway, so it's at x price. Call 0129022 haha, that's my number. Okay, oh, please don't call it for any promotion. I'm not doing any promotion for Maxis. Okay, so call 01290 xxxxxxx number. So what you do, wow, there is a promotion for iPhone. Okay, you will pick up the call and you start calling the Maxis center. So that's what we call as inbound calls. Whereas outbound call means you receive call from Maxis. Pagi early in the morning you receive call, hi ma'am, I'm calling from Maxis and we are having such promotion, would you be interested to take? That is outbound. So under telemarketing you will have two branches, which is inbound calls and outbound calls. Both of it can be your source of prospect. So the others you can just go through on your own. Okay, so there are the important ones or the crucial ones I've already explained to you. Okay guys, I hope you are still okay with me. Hey, what do you think it's cold calls? Okay, there's one term here, cold calls. Okay, cold calls and warm calls. Okay, there's no warm call here. Okay, so cold calls or warm call means, or another name for cold call is you receive call without invitation, like I've just mentioned under telemarketing. The outbound call where Maxis call you offering you some products or some new packages. Normally we will receive cold calls here from Astro. Every single month I will receive from Astro, where nowadays if I see any strange number I'm no longer answering because I know they will be Astro. You know, they will call from different numbers, you know. So where you get calls without invitation, that is cold call. Okay, where else warm call means, which is not stated here but I'm just gonna tell you. Warm call means phone call based on pre-work. Let's say you want to apply for an insurance, one of your friend call one of your friend call, say, hey, I'm doing insurance, would you like to get one, let me just explain to you, and you say, okay, tonight 10 o'clock you call me. That is the meaning of warm call, where it's already pre-worked call. Okay, so these are the examples, or these are the elements under sources of prospect. It means where can you get your potential customers. Okay guys, I hope you are able to catch up. Let's look in steps in, okay, we go back to this planning. Okay, the next we are going to look at planning the sales call. Okay, steps in selling process I'm not going to go through now because I'm going to look into this I'm going to do that into a different subtopic, but let me just, for today, let me go for planning the sales call. Okay, so under the planning the sales call, there are about 7 steps that we are going to look at now. Okay guys, y'all don't worry. What I will do, I will actually upload, okay, another slide for your reference. Okay, So I'll upload another slide for your reference, then you can just have a look on that. Okay, so let's look at this planning the sales call. So when you want to plan the sales call, there are about 7 steps involved. I will go very quickly on this, okay, because I will do a different slide for you on this. Okay, so planning the sales call, the first step is prospecting and qualifying, which means before you plan to make a sales call, you want to call your potential customers, you want to approach them on your latest product and services. Before you do that, you have to qualify your prospect. So when it comes to qualifying your prospect, you have to create a list of potential leads, okay, where you will need to conduct preliminary research. Okay, it means you have to conduct advanced research to know the contact information of who you are going to call, whether the particular person is a decision maker or not, because when you call a person who is not a decision maker, it is a total waste. You will waste all your energies and then you don't get proper response from the person, because or you don't get prompt answer from the person because the person is not a decision maker. Okay, so all the 7 steps under planning the sales call would be prospecting and qualifying, pre-approach, approach, presentation and demonstration, handling objective, closing, okay, and follow up, the last one. Okay, so these are the 7 steps of planning the sales call, which we will continue under our next lecture.